Well, hello, everyone, and thank you for coming. I know it's a beautiful night out there, and you could be doing some other things, and we're very, very grateful to have you here tonight. So my name is Buffy Donahoo, and I am so excited to share with you something really terrific. And tonight we're going to be talking about cellular health. So tonight I have a gift for you, and that gift is in the form of information and education. And so they say that information is power. Well, I'd like to upgrade that for us all tonight. And I'd like to say that information can be hope and your ticket to freedom. So what I'd like for you to do is with this gift, it's going to be yours completely to do with what you want. So much like a buffet, we don't take everything that's there. We take what we want and we leave what's rest. So with that, you will find yourselves in one of many categories tonight. One is you have absolutely no idea what you've come to learn about, and your family member or friend or loved one or colleague has invited you here because they care about you and they want you to learn about this new field of science. This field of redox signaling falls under the category of redox biochemistry. So you might also be here because you have a loved one that you care about, or you're here to learn about yourself, to learn for yourself and investigate a new health technology. You might be interested in not aging so fast or reverse aging. You are in the right spot. You might have found that you have heard about a unique business opportunity. Once again, you're in the right spot. You might be an athlete and you want better performance or to be able to recover faster. And you might want to be part of making a big difference in a project that has a powerful purpose. So the last one, which is actually my favorite, is you might be absolutely bored in retirement and you want something to do that is fun and impactful and has a powerful message with it. So whatever your reason, I'm very, very happy you're here. So thank you very much. So I want to know by a show of hands, how many people have ever heard of redox signaling molecules? And actually, I can't see any videos, so it looks like I might have all the videos off, or somebody else does. So that's all right. We're just going to continue to go on here. So what I can tell you is neither did I. And I had not heard of redox signaling molecules prior to 3 years ago. And I am a naturopathic doctor and I'm board certified in complementary and alternative health. And I didn't learn about this in my training. And I can tell you that most medical professionals that I bring this message to have not heard about it either. But I can tell you that a lot of research centers have been popping up, and a lot of universities and colleges are now teaching about redox science, and they are all abuzz about it. So tonight I'm going to show you one of the top 5 most impactful health technology breakthroughs of our lifetimes. And if you're like me, when I first learned about this, you are going to find yourself thinking of family and loved ones, and you're going to want to share this because we need help getting the word out about this. And once you hear the rest of this presentation, you're going to understand why. So why am I here? Why am I doing this? What is the point of this all? Well, my story is this. I had a private health struggle that I was living with, not very happily. I had a tailbone issue and I was struggling with that for 5 years. I worked on it myself. I couldn't resolve it. I put a lot of good things in place, could not get on top of it. I went to a lot of smart natural health and osteopathic, naturopathic, physical therapy, acupuncture, acupressure, everything that I could think of. And I tried everything that they suggested, changing things that I was doing. And so then I went up and down the East Coast trying to get my issue resolved, and nobody could resolve this issue. And so I just stopped sitting down. And my discomfort was anywhere from an 8 to 10 on a 10 high scale. So what happened was I felt like there was a red hot poker touch to my tailbone when I would stand up, and it made life really, really difficult. So I stopped sitting down, and I can tell you that I spent a lot of money on cushions. I had every cushion that was on the market, and every place that I sat in my home, I would carry around a little cushion with me. And I can tell you also that I spent a year in physical therapy, and I was going 3 days a week. So you can tell that that was a big discomfort for me. Well, I was invited to see a live presentation. This was prior to COVID. I went to the presentation and I was interested in the skincare benefits of this because I didn't have a non-toxic skincare product in my practice. So that was my interest level in the beginning. And little did I know I was going to be blown away. There was a gentleman that got up at the front of the room and talked about his health testimonial. And He was a 2-time Super Bowl champion winner, and he showed us his rings. And he had a lot of discomfort in his body. And he said that after he retired from playing in the NFL, he was in major discomfort all the time. He couldn't even button his own buttons or tie his own shoes. His wife had to do that. So when he started on redox signaling molecules and these products, his discomfort vanished. I perked up and I listened to that because that made great sense to me. And I thought, well, I haven't tried this. Let me give it a shot. I've got nothing to lose. So I started on these products and this technology. And basically, I started with one of the products, actually, the beverage. And I drank this beverage for 8 days. And in a matter of 8 days, 100% of the discomfort in my body vanished. And it's been almost 3 years, and that has not come back. So I owe it to my clients and my family and my friends and everybody that I know to tell about this product and this technology. This is now my passion and my mission, and I have a moral obligation to tell everybody that I know. And I am dedicated to sharing this information. Whether somebody wants the information and they want to embrace it for their health, that's okay. They might just be a connector, because we all have people that are praying for this message, for answers to come along. So, and that's why I sit before you now, happily sitting for hours a day, day after day. I know that's not healthy, but I'm telling everybody who will listen. So what I'll tell you about now is the company and the product. So this company, the technology was actually created by a biotech company. And the founder, the biotech company was running out of money. They couldn't figure out how to stabilize what they had found, and they were running out of money. So one of the board members bought the intellectual property rights and all the patents, and they took this product from being stable for only 10 minutes to a shelf life of a year. So then they put a beta test group together of 40 people, and they wanted to test the group to see if they would drink this, if there was a perceived health benefit, and to see what they thought about it. So all of these beta test group members tried it, and they fell so much in love with it that they started spreading it around and passing it and mailing it on their own effort to people around the world. And so what would you say if I told you that that beta test group of 40 people turned into 130 people in over 20 countries in only 2 months? Why would that be? Probably because it works. It must, because it spread that quickly. So do you see what I mean? So the founder found that this spread that well, that quickly, and he had his answer. His initial intention was to buy this technology, figure it out, and flip it and make it a profit. So he went to a pharmaceutical company and he had them look at the research. They fell in love with it. They came back and they put a really hefty check on the table. And so they went into negotiations, and they said that the beta test group could finish what they had, but they couldn't get any more. So the founder realized that their intention was not to bring it to market. Their intention was to bury it. So Vertus Norton, our founder, at that point said no. He said no to the buyout, and he said yes to the people. And six people had been told that their affairs, six people had been told to go get their affairs in order, and they are now thriving. So Vertus came out of retirement and he said, this will be my legacy, and I want to put this in the hands of people in the world as quickly as possible, and will you help me? So ASEA was born, and they are now committed to bringing this technology to the world, this opportunity, this culture, to better people's lives and be a force for good in the world. So I'm getting ready to share my screen with you, and what I want to let you know is that we used to have a 1-hour PowerPoint, and I have broken that down. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you an 11-minute video, and I'm going to come back on and I'm going to share a little bit more information, and we should be off in another 25 minutes. So I'm going to share that with you now. And we are going to start with, oops, excuse me. There we go. So this is me, and I am going to show you this first page is going to be where I send doctors, scientists, dentists, and veterinarians to learn about this. I send them to their own medical library. This is the NIH library, which is pubmed.gov. You'll see that This is redox biochemistry, which falls under redox signaling falls under the category of redox biochemistry. And you can see that as of this screenshot, there were 36,000 articles on this. As of today, there are over 100,000 articles on this and resources where they can go and search. And what they do is they put a health challenge after that name at the top, and they search to see how this helps people. So this set the stage for you to know that this is strong scientific evidence, and it's pretty amazing. So now this may or may not interest you, and you can go to PubMed and you can look at this if you want, but this is just an overview. But my main goal here is to educate you, to show you that this is true, valid. The science is not on trial here. So my main goal is to educate you, and then you can go from here with the person that has invited you later on, and you can get your questions answered. So now I'm going to play a link to that 11-minute video, and I will see you back on the other side. Please enjoy.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful. They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
I started using the product and I could see that it was real. It was a real deal.
And the way it changed my life was absolutely mind-blowing.
ASEA was something truly special. It was unique.
It has had tremendous impact on my life.
You know, sometimes you just have that kind of feeling that you're just going to take a leap of faith. And that's what I did.
And that became a defining moment where I started sharing it with everyone.
Life-changing. I mean, it gave me my life back. In one word, it's profound.
A technology that empowers the most basic building blocks of your body to thrive.
Especially in today's day, health is something we have to earn. So what can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy. We can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it. People need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
There really wouldn't be an ASEA without my father. Dad and I were introduced to a company in northern Utah that was developing some technologies and needed some help. One of those products is what we now know as ASEA Redox today. This product speaks for itself, its results speaks for itself, and it's something that every single person should be taking.
With ASEA Redox, we take the most basic building blocks of life, salt and purified water. We mix them together and we take it through our breakthrough patented electrolysis process. After the salt and water goes through that process, it's no longer salt and water. We're creating what are called redox molecules.
In the world that we live in today, our cells are being challenged all the time, whether it's through the air that we breathe, the food that we eat, physical exertion, stress, aging. We all face these challenges. We need something to help our cells function at the optimal level. And that's what ASEA Redox does.
For me, the ASEA Redox supplement represents the newest version of technology that you can introduce to your body. It's native, it's naturally going to go in and signal your cells to do what they're supposed to do. We really look at the ASEA Redox supplement as cutting edge technology in the space of supplementing people's health.
ASEA is truly a breakthrough in that it has not been done before. The approach to health at a cellular level, at a redox signaling level, which is the way that our cells communicate with each other, is truly foundational and groundbreaking.
Scientists once thought that it was impossible to do what we have done. The future for ASEA and ASEA Redox technology is bright. We are just at the very beginning of this great technology that I truly believe is going to change the world.
ASEA Redox has been scientifically shown to activate, to turn on genetic activity at the foundational level in the body in 5 key areas of health: immune system, inflammatory response, cardiovascular health, digestive health, and hormone balance. In these 5 areas of health, it's like we're turning on a light switch in your body. We're activating genes at the most foundational level of your body so that you can maximize health and be the best version of you to create the life that you want to live.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants. And the contraction of that name is redox.
It helps the cells to detect, protect, repair, or replace. So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal. So we help the cells do their job better.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't have immune protection from various bacteria. We wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. So even though it seems like a small piece, these redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
They're critical. We wouldn't live minutes without these molecules being produced. Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
The more you can amplify a signal, the more NRF2 you activate, the more genes you turn on, the better the health response.
The amount of signaling, the amount of oxidative molecules that we make is being diminished more and more with time. ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it, doesn't have to worry about how am I going to manage this strange molecule that you just put here, because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
I don't know of any other dietary supplement that actually targets the cell itself, that gets inside the cell wall and acts with the mitochondria to affect the body.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. You can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. And for me, that was a breakthrough. That's a game changer.
We think about vitamins and minerals. Well, that was 100 years ago when they were discovered. And sure, that's great. But today we've got new technology. And probably the most exciting technology is the application and supplementation of redox molecules to support our biology.
This is a huge breakthrough. This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries. But now we have something that actually goes even deeper. This is paramount to health, and we can help people have that.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, perhaps radiation, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
It gave me my life back. I can't ask for more than that from this product or this company. It's done everything that they told me that it was designed to do and more. I never want to go back to the place I was. I didn't think me, Leland Duck, could ever go that low and thinking in my mind what I was thinking. It's tough for me to talk sometimes on stage because I'll start crying. And at first I tried to hide it. Now I don't hide it anymore because I just want people to know that it's real. And to me, this is by far the most gratifying thing that I've done in my career.
It's been 2.5 years. Overall, my experience with ASEA Redox has been freeing and life-giving. To give my kids and my husband a wife and a mom, to be able to do things with them that I couldn't do for so many years.
I probably won't do that without ASEA. Or to be able to move here and have this amazing experience. Or be able to put me through college. Before it was never, ever possible.
It's freedom. It's hope restoration.
The truth of the matter is that ASEA has given me my life back. And it's given me hope for my future too, to keep myself well and keep myself functioning optimally and living how I want to live. I'm passionate that people get to know that, this is an option out there. And I hope that people take the time to look into it and fully understand it, because I almost blew it off. And if I had, I'd probably still be living at home, unable to really function. And here I am now, vibrant, 30 years old, able to live the life that I want to live. And I'm just incredibly grateful for what ASEA has given me.
My real sense of the breakthrough potential of this wasn't a function of research. It wasn't a function of fact. It was a function of feelings and people, and hearing them tell me really sincerely how thankful they were for it. It's moments like those when a breakthrough has an exclamation mark behind it. You can say what you want from a positioning standpoint, but when you really start having people tell you their story, it's like punctuating the breakthrough, because now it's real, it's people, it's families.
Well, I hope you can see why I'm so excited about this and why I'm sharing this with everyone. Excuse me. So I want to tell you, and I'll begin the slideshow in just a moment, but I just want your attention. I want to tell you how this technology supports us. And it does this because we are born with this. We are producing it from birth to death. And so I'm going to show you in this next slide that we are diminishing with our own production of redox molecules at 1% per year from puberty. So take a look at these glasses. You see that the glass is very full at the end and very, very little at the other end. So when we're in our 20s to 30s, we're producing of the biggest amount. So we have a glass half full, all the way full. When we are in our 50s, we're only producing about 50%. And then all the way down, when we're in our 70s, we're producing about 10%. So if you look at this like an empty gas tank, you can go to the gas station and fill up with more gas. Well, we can fill up with more redox signaling molecules. You can put in as much as you want. You can drink as much as you want. And it's completely up to you. And I'll get into the consumption of how we do this later on. But moving on, I also want to tell you about our topical form in just a minute, but I want to show you the study results that they spoke about in the presentation, where we were looking at 5 genes. You can see that the 5 genes isolated are vascular health, digestive health, hormone modulation, inflammatory, and the immune response. So when we have our genes that are shutting off, we don't feel that. And all of the participants in the gene study had some of their genes turned back on. We don't feel that either. So when somebody starts with these products, we have to be patient. It's got to be a patient partnership and consistent consumption with the body over a period of time so that the body has time to actually do some repair and restoration and reverse work. So here I'm going to show you that we have a topical version. Moving on. So the topical version is literally just the ASEA beverage that has got a thickener in it. And it took 3 years for us to figure out how to actually make it so that it would be stable as well and have redox molecules so that we could carry it and put it on our skin. Now, this is actually marketed for skincare, wrinkles, and anti-aging, and numerous studies show you that. So we partnered with Tare Labs, and you might know Tare Labs. They do genetic testing for Ancestry.com, which obviously most people know about that. So we have also found out that when we apply this to areas of discomfort, it is very, very beneficial. But before I go into that, these are the results of a couple of the studies that were done with Dermatest and Stevens and Associates. And you can see that just in the topical, in the skincare, we have participants 100% saw deep fine lines improved, photo damage 90%, number and depth of wrinkles 85%, skin smoothness 100%, elasticity 95%, radiance 90, skin texture 23. Who doesn't want to have results like that and improvements in their skin health? No matter who we are, we all want to feel better about ourselves. And so we can have redox signaling molecules supporting us from the outside in and the inside out. And because our skin is the largest organ of our body, no matter where we put it on, our body is still benefiting all the way over, all through it. So these are some amazing before and after pictures as people went on. And I can't think of anybody at any level of health or any age that couldn't benefit from this. And we actually have new mamas reporting that this is amazing for diaper needs for newborns. And it's very, very beneficial. So this is Rosie. She is one of my favorite ladies. And no, this is not different people. This is her aging backwards. I would like to be a picture of Rosie later. So she's 84 years old when she starts. 7 weeks later, it actually looks like she is her own daughter. And then she's 91 at the end. These are remarkable for me to see. And as I said, if this is what's happening on the outside, imagine what cellular repair and regeneration is happening on the inside that we are not even aware of because we can't see inside, and it does take time. So I did mention to you that we can have benefits from the topical version. And yes, what we found out is when we take the gel and we apply it to an area of discomfort, and we do that 3 times over the course of 5 minutes, we find that 9 out of 10 people will find a remarkable benefit. So we can put this anywhere on the body except for in the eyes. So any place you can touch, you can actually put this and you can find some benefits. So if you have a sore shoulder, you can rate your level of discomfort on your shoulder. Or if you have a difficulty with range of motion, just rate that. Put some Renew 28 on that and apply several times over the course of 5 minutes. And then after a further 5 minutes, you pay attention to see, has my number diminished a little bit? And you would be amazed. So here I'm going to show you what happens when somebody becomes a customer and a user of ASEA products. You'll get a wellness tracker in your products, and you'll also have access to an online wellness tracker that you'll be invited to use if you'd like. We have bonus guides, usage guides. We have a Facebook group, which is a VIP customer group. So anybody that becomes a customer can go in there, and that's where we have all types of people that are in there: doctors, dentists, just natural remedy, natural health practitioners, everybody, and everybody else just answering questions in there. So we ask our questions, we answer questions. There's videos galore. There's hundreds of videos that have questions and answers in them, and Q&A and product tips. So should you decide that you are going to get some of these products, the person who has introduced you will introduce you there. We also have a website, a group in Facebook, if you are in Facebook, and it's called ASEA Healthy Self. And the person who's invited you here tonight can add you there. We have 147,000 members to date that are giving reviews. So if you go and research online to a search engine, you might find a very well-funded article or website that says this is nothing but strange salt water. Don't pay attention to it. Well, look at how many people are putting their reviews in there and their testimonials in there, and it's just in Facebook for anybody to look at. There's no compensation for what they've done. It's just in there. So the other thing is, there's a site called Real Redox Results on the right-hand side, and you can put in the password Redox with a lowercase r. You can go in there and watch a 7-minute video and then look through at any of the other videos that you want. I would like to alert you to several of my favorites. One is number 35, another one is 9, 13, 55, 63, 67, 55. They're all wonderful, and you can go in there and look to your heart's content. There's another presentation that you can always guide people to every Thursday night. In fact, tonight there's another one at 9 p.m. Eastern done by Alan Noble, our favorite Irishman who now lives in Texas. He's been one of our longest ASEA associates, and he does an amazing presentation, and I would encourage you to go to that if you want. And always, as always, get back to the person who has invited you here to learn about this so they can help you along with that. So now I'm getting to some commonly asked questions. We get a lot of questions, and so I'm just going to roll with some of them because you might be thinking of these as well. So, can it help with my health issue? Well, we have to stay compliant. We can't say anything about any particular health challenge, but what we can say is, does that health challenge have anything to do with a cell? As all of us are made up of cells, and everything we are is nothing but cells. So this has the potential to help that and improve in some way. Let's say your health challenge is you have a health challenge that you don't think can be remedied. Well, because of that health challenge, would more energy or better sleep or better focus or better brightness in the world make sense to you? We never know how more redox molecules will help you in your health, but everybody remarks that we benefit in some way. And so that's why we have people fill out the tracker so they can watch that. So some people will say, well, what if I'm on a salt restricted diet? Yes, it is made with salt and water, but it's no longer salt and water. It's now redox signaling molecules suspended in a saline solution. And there's no more sodium per serving than there is in a couple of carrots or a piece of whole wheat toast. So how quickly does it work? Well, that really depends. It depends on how long you've had your issue, what your age bracket might be in, and how challenging your issue is. But we can all benefit from more redox signaling molecules, just like we can all benefit from having a full tank of gas. We can go farther and we can do more, and your body can show you amazing things. Can I be allergic to it? No. How can I say that so strongly? Because you are born producing these in every single cell. From conception, you're producing these in your mitochondria. So literally, we're just adding more back in, topping it off, and giving you more to work with. And the same thing is, what if I'm on medication? The same is true, because you're already interacting with redox signaling molecules with the medications you're on now. You just have a little bit less in you right now. So what is the best way to consume? We have a 90-day strong start. And so basically that just says, well, in the course of 90 days, we have a lot of cellular turnover that happens. And so it's great if you can commit to your body a short amount of time of 90 days just before you make a determination whether you like what this is doing for you or not. Because in 90 days, 90% of people will remark that they feel something amazing. So for the person who stops drinking ASEA at day 75, that's a real tragedy, because something might show them amazing things on day 90, or they might find a great lab report after that. We really never know. So what is the best way to consume? Most adults will start with 4 ounces over the day. And most adults will feel great with that. Now, depending on your level of health challenge, it's up to you if you would like to go above and beyond that. Now, remarking back to the gene study was done with 8 ounces. So if you're not feeling something amazing, you may choose to do that gene study volume, which is 8 ounces a day. So that's completely up to you. And once again, you're just filling back up your reservoir, and you will see how you feel and find your own sweet spot. There's no upper level toxicity because we're just putting more back in. And given that there are 4 bottles in a case, and generally, as I said, most healthy people will consume a bottle a week, which is 4 ounces in their day. And then people who have bigger health needs might want to get some more. So that might help you decide what you're going to actually purchase, should you decide you want to embrace this with your health. So to recap, This technology is 10 to 15 years ahead of its time. It's impacting lives all around the world with the mission of being a legacy company. We are just moving into momentum, and people are finding out about this at a rapid pace. It's very exciting to see the lives changed, and the health-wise and financially, for people who decide they want to join the project because they want to get involved and do something important and impactful. And honestly, we need help getting this word out. So now what? Well, usually people will find themselves in one of three categories. One is they're interested in trying the product. They want it now. And can they take a bath in it when they get it? That's my question. Can I take a bath in it? I would love to. Number two is basically the same as number one. And how can I get involved on this project team? And how can I be a part of bringing this to the world? Number three is I'm interested and I have more questions. Four might be I'm not interested. And you know what? That's okay. We want to thank you for your time, and we want you to please pass the word on about these events that we have to those you love, because you might just be the messenger and the connector. And so someone else might also ask, well, can I buy this online? Sure, you can, but we don't know if it's expired. We don't know if it's pristine. We don't know if it's authentic. It has not been shipped from the FDA registered and FDA compliant production facility, and it's not tracked, and it does not give you free products, nor does it give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. That was a mouthful, wasn't it? You get all of that when you order from an authorized ASEA associate, because we are your customer care source. We will come back. We will answer your questions. We will help you sort out any issues you have. We'll make sure that you get all the right product that you are deserving to have, and you will get loyalty rewards points for your continued purchases that you can then turn around and use to buy more products. So I'll remind you that there's the website you can go back to, which is pubmed.gov, and you'll put in redox signaling. And I want to hope that you will get back with the person who's invited you here today to get your questions answered, and they will go over the ordering options if this is something that you want to talk about. And they will help you to know what is good for your budget and what is good for your needs. And so what I want to tell you is that when you have that conversation, if that's you, I want you to let them know which bucket you find yourself in, and then also let them know what you might be interested in. We have a retail option, but I discourage people from that because that's the highest dollar value of coming in. You can be a preferred customer and buy wholesale and get it for the same price that I get. And then you can get it for that, and you can get free reward points for your purchases as well. And then the other wholesale option is doing the same as what I just said as a customer, but instead bringing yourself in as a business member. It's only an additional $40 for that package. And you get to choose your enrollment package, and all of the enrollment packages with the $40 membership option come with free products. You get extra loyalty rewards points and free products. So it comes out to be a win-win. So with that, I want to let you know there's absolutely no obligation, nor is there any expectation to do anything at all with the company if you become a business member. Why? Because we know that most people will share anyway. And if somebody happens to see some ASEA on your shelf or on your counter, and they call ASEA and they say, hey, I've just seen this on my friend's counter and I'd like to try some, they will do their best to try to find you and give you compensation for that, because you have basically shared that. And what could be better than sending somebody to your favorite restaurant and getting a thank you letter and a coupon afterwards for a free meal? Once again, I hope that you will indicate your interest to the person who brought you here, and they can discuss all of that. And I'm going to conclude this in just a second, and I hope you will get back with that person. And I look forward to hearing your experiences, and I hope that you'll consider helping us to get this message across. So this concludes our presentation, and we hope that you have learned a lot. And if any of this resonates with you and you want help setting up a safe account directly with the company, and you want to discuss that option, you can reach out, ask your friend if you can get on the phone with me. I'd love to answer your questions and help you with anything further that you might want. I do not open this up to Q&A, but we can do that separately and find out what can best help you. So I hope you have gotten a gift of information is hope and power, and that this has given you a ticket to freedom. So please get back with the person who invited you so that we can help you and answer any questions. And I hope that you will have a blessed evening and have a wonderful night. Thank you so much.